What up chaps, I'm MagicalMike and welcome to a Halo 3 legendary speedrun of The Storm, played on Master Chief Collection on PC, with mouse and keyboard, recorded back through theatre mode, with deaths and checkpoint reverts edited out. The original run took me 13 minutes 33 seconds, and the edited run here, which we're watching, took me 9 minutes and 15, due to a lot of wasted time right at the end. Which is the reason, by the way, we want to carry our fuel rod in from Savo Highway. First things first, kick this Marine out of the Warthog, because we want it. Let him get in, sure, but he can get in when we drive up towards this button. Press the button, back in the Warthog, driving a little further forwards, and we're going to hop up, looking up on the left at this gate, and we can hit the button to open that gate from behind the wall here, so that's no big deal. You want to sideswipe as many enemies as you can driving through there, be wary of grenades, and just go straight for the button. Hope that your Marines take out all the enemies that are in the way. Back up a little, and then we're just going to drive straight at that back left, those two brutes. You want to hopefully kill both of them. If you don't, no big deal. Do a second run at this guy, and then dive out using your Warthog as a shield to allow you to get into this ghost. If you see loading done, good. You can actually open this door using the button immediately as soon as you've seen loading done, and then just abandon this entire fight. Speeding through with the ghost on the left hand side, you want to splatter as many brutes and grunts and stuff as possible, because we want to head to this middle section, pull out the fuel rod and just annihilate everything here. Make sure that you get absolutely everything, but be careful because we want this missile pod, and if you go too gung-ho with the fuel rod and grenades and stuff, then you'll lose it, and I did actually lose quite a lot of time to that happening, because the brutes actually want to bop it off the edge. They see the Marine that's on it and they don't want you to use it anymore. 4 shots into that AA Wraith, 2 shots into each ghost. There are 2 ghosts, I believe, and then a Phantom will drop off more, but we only need to kill 2. I'm currently looking for that second one because I don't know where it is. We want to kill these ghosts because they're quite scary, so, you know, 4 into the AA Wraith, 2 into each ghost, back into your ghost, and we're just going to avoid the rest of this combat section by driving the ghost through all this stuff on the left here. This is kind of a scary section, because the Wraith, the gunner on the Wraith will do a lot of damage. These grunts can do a lot of damage, but just splatter them, go, 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 hopefully you'll survive. Hop up onto this crate, and onto this walkway, and swapping our battle rifle for a rocket launcher. This is the part where all the drones show up, but we're just going to say no to all of that, hit the button, and jump over the crate on the right hand side there to skip that entire section and get interrupted by Cortana once again. This level is a fun one of my favourites, unless one of these Marines decides that he wants to shoot his rocket launcher towards the drones that are at the back. That does happen sometimes, but hopefully it doesn't. And just drive him all the way over to this little ramp here, dump him there. We're not going to need him, sorry Marine, you're on your own. Get onto this missile pod and just start spamming shots towards the AA Wraith on the left. There's also an AA Wraith on the right, which you can spam shots towards. Also spamming shots at the Phantom, because it's going to drop off 2 ghosts, which we want dead. We also want that chopper dead too. I actually get very lucky here and nothing targets me. If stuff even starts looking towards you, you want to rip this turret off and just use it, like we did with the first missile pod in the previous open section. But I see here everything's pretty much dead, so we're going to rip that off, make sure we pick up that grav lift in the darkness there, and we're just waiting. We're waiting for more Phantoms to show up to drop off more stuff. I could also just drop this and use the mounted one, which has infinite ammo. When you rip them off, they only have 8 shots, but when they're mounted, they have infinite. I could be using that to shoot the Banshees that are in the air, but I don't particularly care. I have enough faith in my Hornets that they'll die. And here, we're just going to place a bunch of shots into the Phantom, and as many into the Ghost as required. You see this one starts targeting me, so I rip this off, so that we don't get killed. Those Ghosts will absolutely annihilate you, by the way. So, do be fast when you start getting targeted in ripping off the pod, and just take everything out, and you'll do the job pretty quickly there. Not so bad. So, full rocket launcher, mostly full fuel rod, and we're going to climb up this ladder here and make sure that we have our grav lift and everything's reloaded. This is one of those sections that's particularly cool because it's impressive, and one of the reasons why this mission is one of my favourites. There's a lot going on here, big battles, tons of indoor sections with vehicles, cool tricks, a lot of combat. Anyway, when you see Judgment, make sure that you're looking for a checkpoint, and as soon as you see just before a checkpoint here, we're going to wait for one. There it is. Wait a few seconds, throw down your grav lift vaguely in the middle, and you should get another checkpoint in a couple of seconds here. When this scarab drops, you want to wait until it starts raising up, and as soon as it's done raising, run and jump into your grav lift and you should go straight up on top of the scarab, where you can unload your fuel rod into all these enemies here. You could also rip a turret off the side there if you want to, but I'm just going to just blast all these dudes with fuel rod. A couple of fuel rod shots into the back of it there, and you'll take it out, at which point you can jump off and hopefully you have some kind of an escape route planned. Marines might help you out. There might be a ghost that's not entirely dead here but has no driver. Whatever, I went for the Wraith because I thought it was still alive for some reason, mostly because I'm stupid, but obviously you can't drive a broken Wraith, so off you go. And these Marines quite happily came out to meet me here and pick me up, so I'm just going to drive these guys on the little mongoose here. Make sure to beep the horn as well at some point because it's fun, and we're going to drive towards this door. If you have enough speed you can actually get through this door, but most of the time you'll just get locked in place here. Not a big deal, it saves maybe like a couple of seconds, but it's fun to drive a mongoose in places where you shouldn't have one. Anyway, I'm meleeing here to delay a checkpoint. If you don't know, Halo 3 you can melee to delay checkpoints. Shooting, jumping, being in combat, having no shields also delays checkpoint. But yeah, we don't want to do that run multiple times, so we just delayed it a little bit. Hop up here, hop through the glass, break it. Now we're going to Hail Mary 2 rockets roughly towards that door, because we want to try and kill these brutes as they're spawning. I unfortunately didn't, and this is where I ended up losing a lot of times in checkpoint rebirths and stuff, because these guys are kind of painful, and they killed me many times, so be careful. Don't use too many rockets, we do need 2 at least, so yeah, we're going to use a couple more here, because these guys are quite scary too. Luckily they block a lot of their shots by bubbling themselves, trapping themselves in this little section, and we're just going to run off, saving 2 rockets. There are 2 hunters on the right, we're just going to completely ignore those guys, run through these sections here, and we're going to shoot 2 more rockets at the carbine brutes that are on the right here. Bomb, bang, hopefully you've killed them, if not, swap to fuel rod and just unload a couple more into them. Hopping up there, up here, sort of do a weird crouch jump there, you'll start falling, just... There's a weird mechanic in Halo 3 that allows you to jump slightly as you're falling. It's called the recovery jump mechanic, or the fall recovery mechanic, and just crouch jump over there and you'll be out of the map, completely safe. Look for that loading done and that checkpoint done, follow that route, and you'll have despawned all the enemies in this section. No big deal at all. So then just follow this little route here, no stress, you gotta make one easy jump, which is this one right here, and we're going to we're going to run over up to the left here. We're going to destroy this AA gun using 2 spikers that are quite happily placed, handily placed I should say, in this box. If you're really good, you can actually do it with a sniper from way far back and a plasma pistol, but that's not the weapons that we've got, so we're just going to take a few extra seconds here to do it this way. I've actually not been able to do the sniper trick, because it's bloody hard, actually. The par time for this is 15 minutes, and it's a fun level. It allows you to do quite a few things in the Halo 3 engine. Anyway, as soon as you've destroyed that, I'm actually going to use the remaining fuel rod shots here to go back, and to just trigger the end of the level here. No big deal. Pretty good level, a lot of fun. Didn't take me too many attempts to get a run that was that good, in quotes. But yeah, there you go. That is the Storm. Next up is Floodgate, which has a par time for some reason of 15 minutes, and it's one of the easiest levels in the game. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Join me next time for that level.